no! Yes, no! Yes, no!
Ever since the Jungle Inferno update released earlier this year, heavies have been divided with one simple question. Which should I use? The Sandvich? Or the banana? Well, fortunately for you, that's what we're here to find out today. I'm your host, Big Joey, and welcome to the Sandvich versus Banana debate. So ever since the heavy update dropped in 2008, that's right, believe it or not, there was once already a heavy update, the Sandvich has simply been the go-to for any and every serious playing heavy. With the ability to heal yourself back to full health at any point of survivable damage, plus the ability to give a good chunk of health back to your teammates, this lunchbox item has simply dominated the TF2 heavy meta. However, in 2017 that suddenly all changed. With the coming of the Jungle Inferno update, the TF2 community was met with a new, game-changing lunchbox item.
The banana. Oh, yeah.
Claiming similar health regen to the Sandvich but within a relatively much shorter amount of time, heavies have no doubt been in a bit of confusion on which item to use. So to make our own decision now, let's first look at each item. So the Sandvich is a secondary weapon that can heal up to 300 health per use. It respawns an unlimited amount of times per game, but takes 30 seconds to regain after each use. It also comes very in handy for teammates and especially ally medics, as right-clicking with the Sandvich will cause you to throw it out, providing a 50% health regen for anyone who picks it up. The secondary banana, on the other hand, heals up to only 200 health per use, but that's still a satisfying amount of health for any heavy, considering the heavy only has up to 300 health to begin with. On top of that, the banana recharges in nearly only a third of the time it takes for the Sandvich to recharge. Now, I know that the TF2 stats report that the Sandvich recharges in 30 seconds and the banana recharges in 10, but if you actually compare them both side by side, you'll find out that by the time it takes a heavy to recharge his Sandvich after eating his first one, you're barely away from eating your fourth secondary banana. On top of this, just like the Sandvich, the banana can also be thrown out to teammates as an alternate kind of health pack. The only downside is, this lunchbox item will provide with only roughly 20% health regen. So although it comes very in handy for the heavy, it doesn't always seem the best for everyone else on the team. That being said, you can throw it more often than the Sandvich, so could that potentially make up for that? Well, let's test this with two different scenarios. So as you can see, the banana works incredibly well for the mobile heavy. Even if you're continuously knocked back down to low health, you can look to turn back to the banana just every 10 seconds. With its faster regen time, it can also be more helpful to your team as a whole, considering you'll be able to throw way more bananas to teammates than you would sandwiches. However, in the case of helping fellow medics, the banana still just doesn't seem as good for medics as the sandwich. Sure, it recharges faster, but the problem still is that the banana just doesn't give a good enough amount of health to the medic. See, typically when a medic is following a heavy, when the medic has lost only a little bit of health, it's not such a big deal, as we know the medic will still regain 3 health per second. As a heavy, all you really have to do at that point is just body block and make sure your medic doesn't get hit for a while. However, when the medic is around mid-health or below, that's one of the perfect times to throw them a sandwich, as it will restore them to full health or at least a fairly safe amount. However, the banana will only increase that low to mid number by 30 HP, which means the medic can still be killed in just one shot by multiple different kinds of weapons, and as we know, we want to keep our medics alive as long as possible. Now it is possible, of course, that the medic could survive just fine if your particular medic was good at dodging, you're feeding him bananas continuously, and you're always looking for health packs. The only other problem this brings up though, is that if you're constantly feeding your medic to make up for the lack of health they would normally get with a sandwich, that means you're eventually having to take your eyes off the battle multiple more times during the game, allowing yourself more opportunities to be killed by the enemies you won't see. But so now, with the stats looked at, the facts explained, and 2 different scenarios looked into, what lunchbox item do I personally think you should use? Well, both. See, although I do believe that there are some items in TF2 that are currently just better than other items, this is one of those cases where I actually really do believe that 2 items are just better than each other at separate things. The sandwich I would recommend to heavies who either travel with medic friends a lot, or to heavies who pick up a medic along the way. And the banana, on the other hand, I believe to be the best lunchbox item for lone traveling heavies, allowing the heavy to heal himself as well as others more often, and feeling a bit more superior than all the other lunchbox items, as they seem to be a little too gimmicky right now. But maybe I'll get into that later. So anyways, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think of how these 2 items stack up in the comment section below, and until next time, this was Big Joey! Later.